Hard-hitting, gut-wrenching football is back, baby. Welcome to the channel. I'm Snowpack Jag, and I'll be breaking down the good, the bad, and the unexpected of the Jags' first preseason game. The hype train on this offense is still growing. However, some rust still needs to be scraped off. The first two drives ended in a pick and a punt. I know it's just a preseason, but Trevor can't be losing to these second-string DBs. It was a bad throw. It was a bad decision. Luckily on the punt, Gregory Jr. recovered a fumble and gave the offense really great field position. They capped that drive off with a Christian Kirk TD. He beat man coverage, looking fast and smooth. Then, to top it off, Zay Jones goes up high in the back of the end zone for 2 points. Ridley had 2 catches in his debut. It's great to see him in the mix. Expect more out of him. Now, the first and second string O-line, they were pulling really well and moving people in the trenches. However, there's too many penalties. Penalties everywhere, both sides of the ball. Holding, false starts, everything. Pass blocking was alright. They didn't allow any sacks, so it wasn't anything terrible. But there were way too many penalties. 13 total penalties from both sides of the ball. That cannot happen come the regular season. They really got to iron that out. Can't be shooting yourself in the foot all the time. Now, ETN was moving with a quickness and good vision. Tank Bigsby, on the other hand, took a while to find his holes. He had one good scamper for about 30 yards, 34 yards, I think. Otherwise, he just kept running up the gut with his head down. And then Dearness Johnson came in. He looked as good as he did in Cleveland and should be in the running back room at the start of the season. I'm glad we have him as a backup because you never know with ETN. I hope he stays healthy, but here's hoping. Another offensive standout was Jacob Harris, who got this beautiful play-action bomb, beating double coverage with one hand. Of course, he thought he wasn't touched at the 5-yard line, but they brought it back, and then Beathard ran it in for a touchdown on an RPO. That's it for the offense. But I can't go on without mentioning our Canadian sensation, Nathan Rourke. He escaped so many sacks. Reminded me of Eli Manning in the Super Bowl trying to make this bomb throw, and he did. And he completed it for a touchdown. It was a great balls out play. All right. Then on the defense, they got good pressure usually with only bringing 4. But kept getting beat on seam routes by tight ends. It was not good. They also played way too conservative on 3rd and long and 4th and long, at least for my taste. Tavon Campbell played well, but he should have put some stickum on his hands, and he would have had 2 pick six. Another corner that showed up, like I mentioned earlier, Gregory Jr., he also had a forced fumble on the 5-yard line and having us recover on the goal line. It was beautiful because it was like this long-ass run, and I seen him breaking tackles left and right and thinking, shit, there's another touchdown. But he just punched it out. It was great. Other than that, the rest of the starting run D looked really good. Devin Lloyd, he was flying everywhere, making really secure tackles, and I want to see him opposite side of Oluokun come the start of the season. I think he's going to really make the leap this year. Davon Hamilton was big and just bullying people left and right. Of course it was backups, but still, it was good to see. However, Tavon Walker and Chason, you need to you got to figure something out. They're not fast enough. They don't have the moves, and you can't just do a bull rush and hope for the best. But we did have Javon Clowney show up for a meeting. Maybe we'll sign him, but God, We need some more edge rushers that'll show up. So I want to see more pressure brought, and they have to shore up the middle of the field. Without Oluokun, Chad Muma, and Quarterman, they just got beat up this game. I don't know if they weren't fast enough or they were just out of position, but there was too many missed tackles, and they got beat too many times by Dallas tight ends. Like, ran right by him. What the hell? All in all, for the first preseason game, a win never bad, and there were no serious injuries aside from the long snapper. He's got a bruised shoulder, but I think he'll be all right. I can't wait for more Duval Nation. Like, subscribe, don't lose your head. It's going to be all right.